Hello and welcome to Operation Crypto. Today we're going to run over the project band protocol. We're going to have a look at some charts and do a little bit of technical analysis. So, hello, welcome to my channel. Please make sure you do like this video, subscribe to my channel so you get notifications when I'm going to release a new video. I'm trying to get 2 or 3 out a week, so far so good. So let's crack on into this video today. And I'm going to run over band protocol. I'm just going to run over some of the key stats and then we'll jump over to the charts and see where we can potentially go in the future, even with regards to price entry and where we could go in the coming months and years, really. So, band protocol, which is ticker BAND, is currently ranked 60 out of all cryptocurrencies that are listed on CoinMarketCap. It might have a slightly different ranking if you go over to CoinGecko. They have a little bit of a different system in place. So we are currently at $14.78 per coin, and that is currently 3% up on today's trading. We have a market cap of $302 million. Total 24-hour volume is $256 million. We have a total supply of 100 million band, and of those in circulation, we do have 20.4 million in circulation. We will have a look at Etherscan in a minute, as this is an ERC20 token, and see who's holding what and how many of them we have in different wallets. If we just scroll down to the market pairs, see where we're currently trading the most. So we're getting quite a huge amount of volume on Binance, so you could say we're getting against BTC and USDT, we're getting around 40% of the entire market volume on Binance. Coinbase Pro, Uniswap, that's quite a big exchange now for DeFi tokens. It's been massive the last 6 months, but as you can see, it's quite a well-known project here. So we have 64 recognised pairs that are listed on CoinMarketCap. It may be in other places, but it's obviously only showing what it can on here. If we just go back and scroll down, I want to just have a look at the all-time highs that we've hit, which we'll also mark up on the chart. The all-time high was $17.69, and that was the 10th of August. So that's around 3 weeks ago now. But let's just jump over to Etherscan, which will be the block explorer for Ethereum, as it is an ERC20 token. So we can see we currently have 9,416 addresses which are holding band. So we have transferred a total of 126,251 transfers of a token. As you can see, if you look on transfers, there's a lot of transfers going up and down at a minute. I mean, it's a very widely used token, this is. If we just jump over into the holder section, so the band is held up in multi-signatures, and you can see we have a whopping 64% of the entire supply held in one multi-signature wallet. I mean, you could say that's quite a lot, and you would it doesn't give such a decentralized feel to it. You don't want one person, or I know it is multi-signature, but a couple of people in the team controlling that amount. It's quite a bit of raises a bit of an alarm to me, to be honest. But the rest of the supply, I mean, we have again, which is locked and swaps here, we have 18%, and then from here it starts looking even better. So this is what you want. You want to see wallets with this amount. You don't want to see massive 64% holding wallets. It's quite bad, really, in my opinion. But as you can see, we are quite widely spread out. And yeah, we have, what did you say, 9,416 holders. But that is the tokenomics and a little bit of stats. So let's jump over to the charts now and see what's been going on with regards to price action. So on the charts here, we have Band versus Tether. This is the daily chart on Binance. And as you can see, we've had an absolute significant rise ever since, what could you say? I mean, back in March of 13th there, that little wick down, that was when Bitcoin had that massive 57% dump. And ever since then, we have been on a monumental rise. If we just take it as a price all the way up to the top of that move, you're talking a 9,000% price raise from the lows of around 18 to 20 cents all the way up to $17.78. That is absolutely massive, and what a monster move it's been on. But let's just mark up that top spot, so that gives us a rough indication to where the all-time high is, and if it'll give us an area to target in the future. So we'll mark it up and we'll just change that to, we'll give it a label as all-time highs. All-time highs, there we go. So that's his all-time highs to aim at. What I want to do is just jump into the weekly chart, and we'll just see if we can get a little bit of support and resistance levels on that, if we can see anything. I mean, you can say we have a level down there, and we'll just mark it up. We rejected off that area twice. We'll change that to the weekly area. I usually would go into the monthly as well, but we just don't quite have the data on here at the minute. And let's just see if we can see any level. Obviously, there's one there as well. We acted as resistance there, and then it came back down. It shot back up, and it's been doing pretty well ever since there. I don't think we can really get any more, so we'll drop back into the daily levels. And have a zoom in, see if we can see any more areas where we have wicked down. I mean, you could use some supply and demand areas, but I just prefer to use this. You get quite a bit of a good area. As you can see there, we have a lot of action around this area. You could say it goes all the way through, really. We'll change that to the daily level. It did actually resist off that area quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times it rejected off that area and came back down. But over the last few days, we have been starting to push up, and let's just see if we can get any more levels in there. Obviously, we've got one there. We bounced off. That must have been a big area of support around $11.30. It did actually act as support all the way through down to there in that pretty much that same area. We'll just change that to a daily level. If there is any more we can see anyway, I think that will do. We have a little bit of structure in place. So as you can see, we did that massive rise, and we did come back down. We started to trickle back down here. We come back down all the way to $9.60, but we did pop back up off that region. And we have been on a quite a good upward movement ever since. I mean, currently what we're trading now, we're currently trading at $14.80. We had a little bit of a Bitcoin dump today. It dropped down to $11,300, and everything else seems to follow. If you can see, I don't think you can see it on my screen, but on the right hand side, everything's pretty much red today. Bitcoin led that dump. It could be a good area to potentially buy it looking in, but what I want to do is just draw the Fibonacci on here and have a look at some potential areas we can buy in if we do get a dump. So I'm going to take the bottom right move all the way up to the top there of the last body. So entry points, as you can see, we bounced off the area quite a lot there, and we have come all the way back up, and we are starting to reject off this area now around the daily level. If you're looking at potential areas to get in, then the 618 is always a great level to have a buy order in if there is a retracement. So in my opinion, there's potential to get some, or if you put some orders in at around $12, I think the potential to get in there is quite high. I mean, if it drops, like Bitcoin dropped earlier on, this could easily wick down. We wicked down to $13.90. There's no reason why we can't wick down to this level down here. I do think that's a good area to target, but again, we have some daily support levels down at $11.38, so that could be a great area to target if we just mark it up. So we're currently in now. I mean, that could be a great area to buy in around them levels, but we just need to be mindful that the price could go up as well. But that is the bearish scenario. I do think that have some orders in place down here, and there's a good chance that they will be filled. It's already rejected down here off this daily support level and come back down. So, I mean, the chances are that it could come back down here. But that is the bearish scenario. Let's have a look at what we can potentially do with regards to price action going forward and where we could potentially aim at looking for some good investment. So I do think that eventually we can start to break up back off these all-time highs. We're not a million miles off. If we do that as a price percentage from now, we're only 20% off all-time highs. And in cryptocurrency, that is nothing really. As you can see, we've had this massive move of around, what was it, around 6,000-7,000%. And what's 20% is absolutely nothing. And I do think that will happen. So once we break these all-time highs, and we're going into uncharted territory. But we have to know that this is quite a low supply coin. It has a lot less than other coins out there which have had high prices. And in my opinion, I do think that we can smash $20. I do think we can. If we just put the Fibonacci on again and look at the extension levels that we can get. If we do the top of that move to the bottom of the move, have a look at some of these extension levels that it pushes out, and I do think that they're good areas to target. I mean, how far does it go? It goes all the way up to about $31. And I do think that, I mean, within the next 6 months is very easily achievable from these areas now. If you can get some orders in and scoop them up at around $11 and it shoots up to 23, 28, then that would be an absolutely massive area and a great return on investment. So that is what I think with band protocol. I do think that you can get into these areas, and then with potential to, if we break the all-time highs over the next 2 or 3 weeks, even months, and I do think we can aim towards $20. Let's just have a look at what the Hitman is saying. The Hitman works out market momentum and pretty much tells you when you should buy and sell, and we have been on a bullish indicator since 8th of July, so for the last 2 months it has been saying buy on the daily time frame, and we've had nothing to say that there is going to be any bears or a switching market momentum. If we just put the EMAs on as well, I choose the 30 and the 8, that's ones I prefer, and we got that golden cross down there at $1.20, and it's not been any relief since. So I mean, you could say if we rolled over in here, we could potentially get a cross on the EMAs, and that would then probably bring in a bearish indicator. But for now, I think it's looking good, and let's just see what happens short term. Let's try and break that $20 target and the all-time highs, and then let's see where it will take us from there. But let's just have a look at also a BTC price. If we just ban BTC, we'll use Binance again and just jump onto strat. As you can see, same pretty much scenario. We had that crossover on MAs down there. With regards to entry point, I do think that we'll target that same area around the, you could say the 786, but I think the 618 level. So anywhere between, what would you say, that's 100,000 sats all the way down to 98,000 sats. I do think them areas there would be great areas to get orders in. So that will do it for today's video. Please make sure you do like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.